Then
Sir,
it's
is it
not
wrong to kill
fertilized.
sperm?
Is it wrong to kill sperm? What do you mean? Just throw it on the floor and walk on it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? I turn his back on Israel. That would break my heart. I wouldn't like that. So,
If Trump were to turn his back on Israel?
right.
Oh, come on. Why do you like Israel?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, yo, what's up? How old are you?
39.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Okay, election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who'd you rather vote for?
Harris versus Trump today?
Yeah.
Definitely, Trump. Now, that being said, if there was a Democrat that thought was as good as Trump or better, I would vote for them too. But yeah, Harris, I don't think she was ever qualified to be a president. Are you going to
Okay.
echo for me? I can hit myself back. Is that
Sorry, I don't hear
everything?
that now.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, go ahead and tell me, go back into why you support Trump. Can you name like a policy of Trump's that you like?
Well, his man right now, the left, I can't get on board with him because the whole uh, abortion deal. I like the way Trump handles abortion. He says it's all right just for those few certain circumstances. The health of the mother if it's in jeopardy, and cases of rape and things like that are great. I'm sorry. And the left, there's a lot. I see online the people saying there's more than two genders and things like that. I can't get on board with that. And it is the Democrats mostly that support that kind of stuff.
Okay, so because Democrats want abortion to be legal, you're saying you can't support Democrats.
Yeah, I can't support that. Yeah,
Okay, did you
because
know
that's
that Trump wanted it to be legal, just left up to the states?
he didn't want it to be legal left up to the states. You're right though. He did say left up to the states. He don't agree with abortion. He don't like it. He does think it's immoral.
So
But
let's
it
just
is.
be clear. He does think it should be legal in some states. Secondly, we can also point to the fact that in certain states they've restricted access to abortion, even in instances where people have been assaulted because it's been left up to the states.
Yeah, maybe so to that. But would you not agree that most people that are using abortion use it as a source of birth control?
Okay, so you think that people are using abortion as birth control? It's a really expensive form of birth control. How are people affording that?
Well, it's after it's already been done. That's our only choice. I guess you could say covering up for maybe a mistake. Hooking up with someone that you didn't have intentions of having a child with, then they end up pregnant and they go get an abortion because they don't want to have a child. That's how it happens. I would say that's how it happens most of the time. I don't know the
Okay,
abortion
so
numbers, but
so
there's a
it's
lot of
extremely
them.
expensive to get an abortion. It's not cheap to get an abortion, and people aren't getting abortions multiple times a month. That's like not how it works. Um,
There are
so
people that get multiple abortions. There are people that's had more than one abortion.
in a month.
No, I wouldn't say in a month. No, if they're hooking
Okay,
up
but
with that
like,
many people,
yeah,
I
if
mean
you've
that's
had
even worse
multiple
problem.
that's still fine. The idea is that it's not used as birth control, that people will use contraceptives. Over 51% of abortions are a result of failed contraceptives.
So over 51% of abortions are because the contraceptive failed.
Yes.
Okay, so that right there tells you that over 51% of abortions are being used as backup contraceptive. It's
You
just
just
it's
you
just
just cut
to get
out.
rid of the
Sorry.
baby. No other reason. It's because they don't want to have a baby, so they get rid of it. Yeah, well that right there, it even more vilifies what I'm thinking. You're 51% of abortions is a backup contraceptive, is what you're saying. It's only being done because they don't want the child.
I appreciate the galaxy. Well, it's because people are not ready to have kids yet, and they should be able to get an abortion if that's true. I'm asking you why it should be illegal, and I'm
Agreed.
asking you, how do you feel about the scenarios where people have been restricted access to abortion in instances where they've been assaulted due to the fact that Donald Trump has overturned Roe versus Wade?
Well, even though that happened, it resulted in a baby not being put to death, however you want to say it on this app. At 100% of abortions end up with a dead baby. So it's not that bad of a thing if the abortion didn't happen, and a baby got to live.
Sorry, I was facilitating a message. Say that one more time.
Well, I said 100% of abortions, nearly, unless it's an abortion, end up with a deceased baby.
No, no, no,
That person that
a
didn't
bunch
get
of
the
them are just an induction of labor. I just okay. So your position of why it's wrong is because it leads to death.
yes. So
Okay, do you
you're
think
saying
it's
induced labor is an abortion also?
yeah, yeah. So it depends on how you define abortion. Some people will define abortion based upon termination of pregnancy, and if you define it as just a termination of pregnancy, well, then that would include situations even where there's an induction of labor where it doesn't lead to the death of the fetus. But if specifically you're defining abortion in a lethal context, well, then no, it wouldn't be an abortion. So if you are talking about like lethal abortion, yes, it is lethal,
Yeah.
of course.
Everyone I know, that's what they call abortion when they kill the baby.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
just to be clear, it's not a baby at my point prior to the point of sentience or subjective experience. So I see no reason to say that like there should be restricted access to abortion.
but the I disagree. Of course, it's a baby. It's that's like putting a cake in the oven and then 2 minutes into it, taking it and throwing it out into the floor and stomping on it and saying, "Well, it ain't a cake." But yeah, it ain't a cake yet. It's fixing to be a cake.
You have to understand that when you're baking a cake, you're intentionally doing that, right?
Well, yeah, but if you create if you have a baby growing in your womb, that's way even more important. I mean, you can't end that. You shouldn't be able to end that baby's life. That I think we have a creator of the universe, and I think people that get abortions like that, they will have to answer for that. And because that's putting an end to someone's life. I don't know if you can say the word on if you get flagged
Okay.
on it for saying the word, but you know what it is when you take someone's life intentionally, first degree. You know what?
Murder. Yeah, you can say murder. So like, I'm still not hearing like a direct response to like. Do you remember what I last just said?
Yeah, you said you don't think it's a baby yet. That don't make any sense, man. You know good and well that it is a baby in that female lady's belly.
No. So no, it's not. Prior to a subjective experience, I don't think it's a baby. I don't think an embryo is a baby. I don't think a zygote is a baby. I define those as different.
Well, yeah, but that's wrong. I mean, that's just that's that's poor judgment on your part for that.
That's poor judgment on my part.
Yeah, if you don't believe that when there's a woman that's pregnant, that there's a baby in her womb.
Okay. Can you tell me
Well, you're
why
trying
you
to
think
say
it's poor judgment rather
you're
than just saying it is?
you're trying to say what it's just like a clump of cells until it's born.
No, until it's sentient, right? It's not going to be a person. Okay. At
What do
the
you mean
point
by
of
sentient?
conception, it's a single cell organism.
Well, how long before it? I mean, I'm not no genius on it, but how long before it does become sentient then in the mother's womb?
20 through 24 weeks in the womb.
So you're okay with abortion in the first 20 something weeks, but after that you say no go, right?
After that point, I think that it's going to be induction of labor after viability, which will not lead to the death of the fetus. And I don't think that there should be legal restrictions because I think it would restrict people from getting access to it in situations of exception, right? Or whether it be medical or rape or any of those situations where I believe it should be applicable, rather than actually limiting people from getting it in elective circumstances or just out of choice after the point of sentience.
All right. All right, man. Well, we'll disagree on that one.
Okay. And why? Why do you disagree?
Well, the Bible says that God knows a person ever since they were first formed in their mother's womb. So, and I
Yeah,
believe the
because God is
Bible
all
is true.
knowing. So that's the notion. It's not. It's. I don't know why so many pro-lifers bring this up. It has nothing to do with when life is valued. It has everything to do with just saying God's all knowing.
Man, it's to me. I don't know if common sense is the right word to use, but I believe just it's a no brainer to know that killing a baby inside the mother's womb is not good.
I don't think it's a baby, and I don't think it's wrong. I think it's common sense to say that a woman who's that she should be able to have access to abortion, and that it should be her choice.
Yeah, but the baby that's inside her body is not part of her body in a way. I mean, if you leave it alone, it will be a baby, man. If you leave it alone, it will be a baby.
Okay,
as long as you don't murder it, then it will be a baby. As long as you don't commit murder, it will be a baby.
It is not your obligation to. It's not your obligation to bring about something that just has potential in of itself. Like, for example,
you're ending life. I get that is why I can't get on board with the left, because they're so.
Sir, do you think it's wrong to kill sperm?
If a well, that's where you can stop it right there. You can say if a sperm doesn't meet an egg.
Sir, is it wrong to kill sperm?
Is it wrong to kill sperm? What do you mean? Just throw it on the floor and walk on it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? It's probably. I would say it's probably a sin to do that, but it's not as bad as killing a baby in the womb.
Okay, so you think it's sinful to nut?
I mean, why would you go nutting around on the floor? You know what I mean?
If it's into a towel.
If it's into a towel, I would have to think about it. I'm not sure.
It's killing the lives.
Yeah, but that is when it really ain't
genocide.
That's really when it ain't a child yet, though. But when
okay, but it's living. It's potential life, right? Like, if you're having sex, is it wrong to pull out?
Well, check this out, bro. If you left that jizz on the floor and walked away from it, it's not going to turn into a baby.
Okay, how about this? Watch this. If two people are having sex, is it wrong to pull out? If you don't pull out, there could be a kid.
No, I don't think it's wrong to pull out. I wish.
Yeah, but that reduces the potentiality of there being a kid.
It would be a lot better decision for all these liberals wanting to kill their babies to pull out instead of waiting until it's already fertilized egg.
Yeah, but you realize that your understanding of just valuing potentiality means that it would be valuable at that point because there is active potential.
Well, when that seed, whatever you want to call it, hits the egg or whatever, and it don't always take. By the time that lady's pregnant, really, to be honest, a miracle has took place for that woman to get pregnant. And once that baby's grown in her belly, you can't. Do
you think all pregnancy is a miracle?
I think the act of it, the way that it happens, I would say is a miracle. Yeah.
So all pregnancy.
The same as if you plant a seed in the ground and.
And do you apply that to all pregnancy?
Well, in a way that. How conception is just a beautiful thing, then yes. But if you're going to say, like, ask me if someone gets raped.
Yeah, like if a child gets raped and they become pregnant, is that a beautiful thing?
That's not a beautiful thing, no.
So not in all cases would you say pregnancy, right, would be like a beautiful thing or whatnot?
You see what I'm saying when I talk about just the fact that it can happen. Reproduction in itself is a beautiful thing.
Okay, I just think you're just saying like the fact that there is a function for this. Okay, so that's a separate thing. I think I understand what you're trying to say there. Now that doesn't mean that everyone has to do it, right?
No, you're right. You're right. Everyone don't have to do it.
Yeah. So,
but if you do find yourself pregnant, murder is not the option.
Okay, well,
that's
what
I'm
murder.
saying. By the time you're pregnant, it's too late to decide if you want a child or not. That's too late. It's past that point. You're gonna have to pay the consequences for what you've done, or you need to put that child up for abortion or something. Anything other than eliminating the baby's life.
Okay, so again, I don't think it's a baby. Again, if you're saying you want to set it up to adoption, you have to go through the context of a pregnancy to do that. You have to give birth. You have to deal with all the financial, physical, psychological tolls of pregnancy. And, right, like, are you going to adopt the baby?
Will I?
Yeah.
I might would consider adopting a child, yeah. I might would consider it. I know a lot of other people that, like, in my hometown, in my small hometown, I know a lot of times, like, I've seen it happen on several occasions that someone will come up pregnant in the community and say, like, maybe someone that goes to church with their aunt and uncle, or someone that goes to church with their grandparents or something like that. There might be a young family that's not able to have children, and then they end up adopting that baby, and it doesn't go through any waiting list and all that stuff. It's just between two families, it takes place, and it ends up working, and that baby grows
That
up
does
to
happen.
be.
But like,
Yeah, it
imagine
happens
if
a
you're
lot.
forcing millions more people into those circumstances. There's going to be a lot of babies without a lot of parents to take care of them. So they're going to go into the general system. Is our current general system good?
You know what we got, brother? We got a sin problem. That's what it is. If it wasn't just all these people out here hooking up, one night standing, random hookups, and just like you said, nutting and just blowing their seed everywhere and getting pregnant everywhere, we wouldn't have that problem. So it's a heart problem. It's sin, brother. That's what it is.
We also wouldn't have children if people weren't fucking. So
Well, the way that has
none of us would exist if there wasn't. Most of us wouldn't exist if there wasn't fucking.
Well, you can call it that. I like to call it making love, man. It would be nice if it happened the way the Bible says it should happen, where a man and a woman, they get together, they get married, and then they have a family like that. That would be how it would happen in a perfect world. And if we all read our Bible and lived like it says.
I think
Amen.
a perfect world includes gay families, like families with gay parents. I think a perfect world includes that.
You know what? I don't agree. Like, first off, I don't know how you could have a gay family, because marriage was created by God, and it's between man and a woman. So a gay couple can't get married. It just can't happen. They can live together.
Yeah,
and
they can
play house. They can play house.
It's not playing house; it's getting married.
But marriage is something that was sanctified by Christ.
Hey, sir, where in the Bible does it say that gay people cannot get married?
Well, it don't just flat out say that sentence, but it condemns gayness, homosexuality. It condemns it.
I disagree with that.
It says it's an abomination, and it does say marriage is in the Bible. It does, in fact, blatantly clear say marriage is between one man and one woman.
Sir, do you accept Leviticus?
I know what Leviticus is.
Yeah, do you accept the book Leviticus?
What do you mean as accept it? Do I follow its laws?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm not a first century Israelite.
So then why are you citing a verse from Leviticus?
Is that where that verse is from?
Yep.
Well, the way you break down laws in the Bible, there's 3 different ways. There's moral laws. There's
yeah, those are Levitical moral law.
Yeah.
And if you think Levitical moral law still applies today, then you wearing that shirt with 2 different fabrics in it, that's wrong. You eating shrimp, that's wrong. You eating bacon, that's wrong. You doing anything in violation of those commandments is wrong. Actually, it's even justified to own people as slaves within Leviticus. And pass them down to your children as inherited property for life.
I'm not able to look at a search engine right now, because if I do, it would kick me off of this conversation that we're having. I'm pretty sure the Bible condemns homosexuality throughout it, Old and New Testament, even way past.
Dude, wait, hold up, pause. The guy who sent me a message, you guys got to hear this. He said, "Hello, I will happily send you the money if you want. However, I want you to know that Parker's the last person you should be sending your money to. He is disingenuous and verbally insulted me numerous times. You can rewatch the stream and see he was so greedy about getting the rest of the money that you sent, when in reality, I would only probably get around 1/4 of it. Just for future reference, you are better off sending the money directly to either charity or a Democratic candidate / party. Parker gets thousands of dollars every single day and verbally said he spends his money on rent, streaming, and his girlfriend. So yes, I will gladly send you the money, but prefer you don't send it back to Parker." Dude's so pressed people are sending me money. And bro wants her to send it to a Democratic nominee? That's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious that he just advocated for that. That's really funny. But by the way, just for him though, I do have a few things to say. C, thank you very much for the $13 over on PayPal. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It definitely is not an easy decision. It's obviously should be up to the decision of the person. As well as Salma, thank you very much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Exactly, right? It always is. As well as Yehoshua, thank you very much for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I totally get you there. Same here for me, honestly. Zach, thank you very much for the $20. Thank you very much over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah, who cares what the Bible says? As well as those Turtlemen, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. You go ahead and continue.
Now, I don't condone gay marriage, but that would be a way to take care of some of the children that need to be adopted. If you wanted to get paperwork saying that you're married as a gay couple, you must adopt 3 children. That would solve some problems. It would cut out the abortion rate.
You said that gay people must adopt? Is that what you're arguing?
Yeah, well, I don't condone it, like I say, but if gay people wanted paperwork saying that they were married, we should say, well, this gay couple must adopt 3 children, and then we will let them say that they're married. Do you think that would be a great idea? And it would
No, that's an idiotic move. If you get married, should you have to adopt 3 children?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Say that again. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah, should you have to adopt multiple children if you get married?
Well, see, I've created children with my wife.
Yeah, so should you have to adopt children as well?
That's the natural circle of things. A man. I mean, like I say, I'm not totally against it.
No, but you have to adopt 3 children because you got married too.
My oldest child's 15, and I'm not really looking forward to being an empty nester. I want to raise more young conservative Christians, just like
Sir,
me.
how many children do you have?
3.
Should you do 3 more? Because you have to have 3. Because again, if gay people want to have kids and they want to have biological children through IVF, they would have to also do 3 children through the context of adoption, and then 3 children on top of that if they were going to have 3 children.
If a gay couple gets children through IVF, it's going to require another third person.
Actually, you know what? Don't adopt children. Never mind. I apologize.
Okay. I mean, if I have to, I have to, because there's a bunch of hoodlums out here running around spreading their seed, and then
What is that supposed to mean?
I would rather adopt it than kill it.
What was that word supposed to mean?
Hoodlums?
Yeah.
Wild, like people causing trouble, going out here doing, wild, crazy stuff. In that instance, I'm referring to
like Trump.
Do I think Trump's a hoodlum?
Yeah.
No, I think he's. I'll say things about him, even though I like him. He is loudmouth and he's arrogant and things like that. But some of it makes me laugh. Like, I love going back and watching clips from when Trump beat Hillary Clinton, and even like the way Trump picked on his own, co-Republicans, like how he had nicknames for all of them and stuff. I love watching that stuff. I think Trump is the most entertaining president we've ever had.
So you don't support candidates for being entertaining, do you?
No. Like I say, with presidents, I want 2 things. I would like for me and them to share morals, and also I would like it to help finances if possible.
So Trump specifically added more dollars to the debt, over $4 trillion more dollars of debt-related spending to the debt. How do you feel about that?
I'll be honest, I don't know that that's true, and I would love to argue that with you, but I don't have a vast information on that to debate with you. I don't know if you can tell it by listening to me, but I'm just a simple country boy, and I don't know how to debate the that much money. I don't know how to debate like the national treasury and how much money Trump spent and all that. I don't really know about that because I haven't.
Look up the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, Trump versus Biden, and you can see that Trump added $4 trillion more of debt-related spending. They even have like an infographic you can look at. I can show you visually if you want to see it as well. They visualize it, and then they also tell you what aspects caused the debt, and it's predicated off of what they signed into law, not just what was incurred under their administration.
See, I don't like with stuff like that. It would just take forever for me to actually believe it, because you can look at one website and it'll say this, and you look at another website and you say that.
This is from a Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a bipartisan committee from the federal government. It's the best possible source that you could find on this.
Is there any conservative Republican president that you would vote for?
Nah, to be honest with you.
What Democrat do you think has the best chance of running next? Would you say AOC or Jordan Newsom?
Of winning?
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I would probably say Harris is the best shot at winning because her name recognition is the highest. But other candidates that have a high shot of winning are like Buttigieg, Ossoff, Newsom, AOC. those are all the other candidates with the highest amount. But if I had to pick a candidate that I had to choose was the most likely to win, I probably would say Harris because she has the highest level of name recognition within the party.
Right, but the people of America, a lot of them, and I think this is the reason why she lost the last election, is because she's not a good speaker, really.
No, I think she is a good speaker. I just think that she only had 104 days to run for president of the United States, and she had a lot to catch up on in terms of name recognition.
Are the Democrat people mad that they didn't have a primary?
Not really, because
I've seen on
I
TikTok.
think that the primary was held. It was the Biden Harris ticket that was supported, and if Biden steps down, that means Harris steps up. Also, like if we cared about the democracy, we wouldn't support Trump, right?
I think y'all would have a better chance with Newsom or AOC than Harris, but that's just my opinion.
I mean that could possibly be true, but I mean I'm just talking about who I thought was most likely to get past the Democratic like nominee. Like I myself I prefer AOC, right? Because I like the progressives within the Democratic Party.
Do you
But I
think
was just
J.D.
telling
Vance?
you that I think she's the most likely to win because of the fact that she has the highest name recognition.
Okay.
It's also even possible that there's a ticket like Harris and AOC together. Like that's even a possible ticket as well.
Right,
That's been floated around.
right. Do you think it'll be against J.D. Vance?
Either Vance or Rubio.
Right, yeah. Agreed.
I don't think any other Republican really has a shot. So,
10-4. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you, man.
is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Um, yeah, but no, I'd have to say that my support, if Trump done something that I couldn't agree with, I couldn't be on board with, I wouldn't jump to vote Democrat. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. If Trump was to turn his back on Israel, that would break my heart. I wouldn't like that. So,
If Trump were to turn his back on Israel,
right.
oh come on, why do you like Israel?
Well, I'm a Christian, man. I just believe that that's an important place, and I believe that it was promised to the Israelite people by God and to Abraham, and I believe they have to have a place to live, and I think that the people that's hollering river to the sea and stuff right now, I think they're trying to wipe Israelites off the face of the earth, and I believe like I say, I believe the Bible. So
Okay, so the Bible. I'm confused how you say that because of the Bible. The Bible doesn't say that you have to support the nation of Israel, right? Like the current nation as it stands. And the nation of Israel, like at least from a biblical perspective, could be interpreted to be the church, right? Like Israel is known as the church, not the nation of Israel that exists today.
there's some
Because the
people that
nation
think
of
like
Israel
that.
that exists today didn't exist at that time, therefore couldn't have been referred to at that time.
He was talking to the Israelites.
Yeah,
The
but
people, the Israelite people.
that's a different country still. It's a different
Well,
notion
yeah,
of Israel. It's a
like
different
you said,
country
it
because
was.
that the different country existed. So although he's talking to the Israelites of that time,
I'm not talking about a
it's a
country,
different
brother. I'm talking
country
about
makeup.
people. I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about like the nation Israel. I'm talking about the people
There we
that
go.
belong to those people,
Okay, so
the
but
Israelites.
if you look downstream of what the Israeli people were historically, that includes Palestinians to this day. You know that, right? Like Palestinians, they go back to that exact region. So they would be within that sort of DNA that you're referencing.
Well, Palestine was Palestine even back in the Bible. The Philistines.
Wait, you have to. I mean, so although there is a basis for comparison when it comes to that, you have to understand that that doesn't take away from the fact that Palestinians have DNA that goes into that specific land, and was a part of the Israelites at the time. Okay, like if you look at Palestinian DNA.
Okay. Well, regardless, I don't. I can't sit and argue that with you, but if Trump turned his back on Israel, it would upset me.
Well, the idea I would make is that the nation of Israel that the Bible is referencing is not referencing the nation of Israel today. And if it's not referencing the nation of Israel today, then I don't know why you would say that because he turns his back on the nation of Israel today, that would get you to change your mind on him. But now, I guess my perspective is like, for example, like if he were to be determined by like a court to have engaged in a like to be or but determined by a court to be a violent sex offender, would you still vote for him?
No, no. If he was proven to be a sex offender, no, no. If he was proven to be a pedophile, no, I couldn't support him then either. Hey, brother, I'm gonna have to jump off here, but good talking to you.
Okay. Alrighty.